and F. P and F. Let's see its ray diagram. This is a ray diagram, this is the object and this is your image. Let's see how this is formed. A ray parallel and reflects through focus, right? Next, you cannot take a ray passing through focus because this object has already crossed focus here. So take the third ray, what I told is, which passes through center of curvature, touches the object and touches the mirror. But the two reflected rays, one is this and the other is in the same way through center of curvature. So these do not intersect. These are not even parallel lines. These are appearing to be starting from at a point and diverging. One is going this way, the other is going this way. So there is no chance for them to coincide. So here we cannot expect an image in the real world, but when they extended backwards, see the dotted lines here. Just see the dotted lines here. When they extended backwards, there we can see an image which is beyond the mirror, So the image is here. So only in the mirror we can see the image, but not in the real world. Means we cannot capture that image, and it's a enlarged as well as erected image. See, when compared to the remaining all cases, only in this case the image is like this, erected image, and it is also an enlarged image. See the size of the object and see the size of the image. So it's an enlarged image. So once, let's see the characteristics. Formed beyond the mirror, inside the mirror. Next, larger than the object. Then it's an erected image. It's a virtual image. So what do we mean by virtual? Let's see. So in our previous cases, the image is in the reflected ray direction. You can see the reflected rays are this and this. So here in this direction, in this side, you cannot see any image of the object. So the image is only in the incident ray direction. So it is impossible to capture this image in the real world. It appears only, that's why it's a virtual image. So these are the characteristics. Let's see the next case when the object is at focus. Let's see the ray diagram. See, this is focus and our object is exactly at focus. So let's take the two rays again. One is parallel through focus, and the second ray, as it is already, the object is already on focus, you cannot take a ray passes through focus. So instead you take a ray passes through center of curvature, touches the object and touches the mirror, right? So those two rays, one is parallel coming through focus and the other goes in this direction and returns in the same direction. So they have no chance of getting intersecting. So they never coincide. So they parallelly they go on like that. Like this, as you see in the figure, they parallelly continue to go and an image is formed at an infinite direction. See here, just the reverse case. When the object is at focus, the image position is at infinite, whereas in our previous beginning case we took the object at infinite position, the image was at focus. So this is just a reverse condition. When the object is at focus, the image will be at infinite distance. You need not describe the image. Of course it will be an inverted image, but usually it is not described. So simply you can say that it is formed at infinite distance. Only one characteristic is enough to describe this image. Hope this table is already with you. So with this table, all the above discussed cases can be covered in a single tabular form. You can once again recollect the position of object and image and the characteristics at once. So at a glance, you can simply memorize all the things, and this is a table which can be concluded even after an experiment which we will be doing later after our school begins. So to find the focal length of a concave mirror using a candle, there also you can see this table. Thank you.